Hello, my
Hey,
friend.
Jonathan. How are you?
Good. Look at you, a whole new scene now
I
behind you.
know, right? This is the Aspen scene.
Is it good to be home?
Yeah, it is. Just getting back in the swing of things.
So, what was
So,
Mexico like?
Mexico was awesome. It wasn't as busy as it normally is but this time of year. I'm gonna just try to move something. Sorry. See if that's better. It was really really good. It's such a great time when you go down there, and the fitness world, the industry is not as advanced as we are,
Mm-hmm.
but it's getting there.
Yeah.
It's fun to teach classes and connect with the people down there from all over the world. So yeah, it's great.
So, was it a specific week that people had bought, or was it just a general week that people showed up for?
So Esperanza is structured that it has residents, you full-time residents,
Okay.
or you ownership rather, fractional, and then there's a hotel side. So some people were there for weddings and just vacation. Other people were, it's part of their timeshare, and then other people live there. So
Right. Nice. I just wasn't sure if it was a special week that was designed around fitness community or anything like that.
no, what they've done was over the past 5.5, 6 years is since I was down there the first time, they started the program with visiting trainers. So they've drawn from other trainers from Auberge Properties, myself, and some other trainers around the country, and they
Yeah.
bring them down there for a week or 2 weeks to do training. I'll do some coaching. I'll do some one-on-one personal training, and I teach classes. And in the past, I've done some workshops for their instructors.
Oh, cool.
So it's been fun. It's been
That's
fun.
great.
So
And they give you a nice place to stay while you're there too.
I'm spoiled. The first time I was there, I was in a villa,
Yeah.
and so it's a two-bedroom, two-master bedroom villa, and I had a private concierge, and that's not my style, Jonathan. So
I've never had that.
so so that person had it easy that time. They're like, Senior Schultz, let me do it. I'm like, no, I got it. But it was funny. It was very funny. And then now they put you into one of their hotel rooms,
Yep.
which is amazing.
Yep.
Which is amazing. And they take care of all your meals, and they airfare, and you get a massage while you're there. So
That's brilliant.
not too bad. It's not too bad.
I'm excited for you. We
Thanks.
we stay in Palm Desert quite often. We stay at the Marriott, which is next to the JW.
Yes.
And the timeshare that we have, we exchange for what's called Villas One, which is the original timeshare building. So they're much bigger, huge master suite, double bath, marble living room. It's beautiful. And it gives us spa privileges for free.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, I don't think you get, I think Fridays and Saturdays you can't go. So it's Sunday to Thursday. So you can go into the pool area for free.
Mm-hmm.
And literally every half hour, this guy comes with ice cold towels and fresh water and juice. And it's just like, it's the best.
It really is. And the first couple of years I went there, I was in the villa because I'd have my refrigerator stocked, and then so I got spoiled. So then they said to me, they started putting me in a hotel room, which is not bad. Believe me, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm like, any chance I can get into the villa next visit? They're like, basically the party's over. You know what
They moved you in and that was it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually just booked my room today for the Sassy retreat.
Did you?
Yeah.
I need to do that.
I tried to do it online and it says they're not available.
Oh, really?
So I went, oh. But then somebody in the Facebook said the same thing, and they said, but if you call, they are. So
Okay.
You can't book it online, but I just did mine today.
And San Diego is so cool. Such a
In
cool
July,
place.
the weather's always good, but I was talking to somebody who was there last Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
She said it was freezing.
Yeah,
Mist and cold.
what they call it is May gray and June gloom.
June gloom. That's what she said. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You always think California, just like, but apparently not.
Well, and maybe you and I've talked about this because it's funny when you look up at the mountains from our place.
Yeah.
You'll see these clouds rolling over, and it's coming from San Diego. But that weather never
carries
makes it over
to
us. But you can see like down valley, just like Indian Canyon area.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the clouds rolling over the mountains, and it looks awesome.
Yeah.
So.
And I hear that the colors in the mountains this year have been spectacular from all the seeds that germinated, right?
It was amazing. Now it's drying up, and their concern is wildfire. But a lot of the rivers are still running. And I said rivers, the creeks, streams.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So we've got full access to the back of the website.
Okay.
Oh, totally in on that. We got the logo from you, so we've got that. Which is great. Then I've got access to your Facebook page, but what I do need is access to your other accounts.
Okay.
I'll just share the screen. I'll show you where. Oh no, one sec.
Now was that logo?
Logo's
easy?
perfect. Yeah. I mean, Paige had already done a little bit of work with it, so but to get the original file was great.
And I have to apologize to her again because I saw her name, but it didn't register that she was, and I think I may have deleted it must be junk, you know?
Yeah, no, I should have done an intro email with me in it. I don't know if
that's okay.
No, not, but yeah, Paige. So we have 3 people that work for us directly.
Okay.
So there's Paige who goes as design at We Make Stuff Happen. So she does the web design and the graphics.
Great.
And then we have Petra who goes as social at We Make Stuff Happen.
Okay.
She heads up the social posting. And then we have a girl under her. Her name is Joanne, and she's Joanne at We Make Stuff Happen. So initially it'll be Paige and Petra that'll be working with you, but you might see some posts from a girl called Joanne Lamb.
And they're all at We Make Stuff Happen.
They're all at We Make Stuff Happen. Yeah. Okay. And so that's the team that will be working with you directly.
Great.
And we may at some point you might come across Lindsay, who's also Lindsay at We Make Stuff Happen. She does web design.
Okay.
So she might sort of look in and come up with some other ideas around how we might change a few things and the blog strategy. So, but we're all at We Make Stuff Happen. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
And Jonathan, I looked in my files for more because I had some pictures from Lululemon when they did a photo shoot for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love them.
Okay.
The ones I had sent you, and I'll have some others. I can have some others taken as well, just for me around Aspen and that. But I didn't love them.
Okay. And you're not officially their ambassador now?
No.
Okay. So with just like on your personal page,
mm-hmm.
obviously this is ground central for where people know who you are.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just you haven't. Is there a reason you haven't got a picture on the cover picture?
No.
Okay.
There's no, it's just, here's the thing with me in technology, Jonathan, is if the activation energy takes, if I have to, I don't know enough.
Okay.
And I know it does.
We're super happy to do all of this for you completely. I just want to ask the questions first.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, like this picture is awesome. Whoever this lady was. I guess it was just somebody who was at the resort. But that kind of picture, because it shows all the TRX behind, she's super happy. You're right, Nick, that you look, ready to do your thing. That's the kind of picture which I think is great.
And I had Dave take some pictures of me in class that I'll forward.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And while I was teaching.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the hiking picture, again, it's got context behind it of the, obviously this is Palm Desert, and we'll have Aspen pictures as well. But, did I miss your birthday?
Oh, yeah. May 12th, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that didn't come up on my radar. Okay. So we got that. The other thing is, the reason I need to access all of this, see, it says here you work at Dirk Schultz LLC.
Yes.
But that's a dead page.
Got it. Okay.
We want that to become your business page.
Yes.
So we can fix all that up. So as I say, if you just give me your personal login for Facebook, if that's okay, fix it up. And then I'll need your Instagram. We want to tie that in. and LinkedIn.
Facebook.
Yeah.
And LinkedIn.
Yeah, we already have your Google.
Okay.
We verified it. But did you have a separate YouTube channel at one time at all?
I didn't.
Okay,
no.
That's great. So we can start afresh with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's awesome.
A lot for that as well. So they're the 4 platforms we're gonna run with, because we're not gonna do Twitter unless you really want to.
No, I don't. Unless you suggest it, but Instagram, Facebook.
A lot. Instagram is exactly where you need to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll be totally. So if you could find those passwords for me or whatever, that would be terrific.
Yep.
And we can do that.
Awesome.
And then I know Paige created a number of graphics just to give you an idea of the type of things we were thinking of, with some quotes that we grabbed from the website.
Yeah, and that one picture of me, I love the way that they separated the logo.
Yeah.
Taking this.
Yeah.
And that looks sharp.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, of course it is.
Well, that's what we hoped you would like.
Yeah, exactly.
So the whole idea is to get that unique branding across all the platforms, the Facebook covers, your Instagram images, so that ultimately people get to know you with your logo and the image, and it all comes as part of the package. So,
and it's cool that the Dirk is darker than the Schultz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
you're like not a mistake.
She's very talented. I'll tell you a quick backstory on Paige.
Yeah.
I had Lindsay, who was an awesome graphic designer, but she's a little younger than me and high ticket, but she's well worth it. And I got to the point, it's like, I'm paying like $85 an hour for graphic work here. I could hire somebody,
Yeah.
So the local university has a design fine arts program, and every year when they graduate, they do a trade show, and each of the students has their own booth and have a whole portfolio of their work. So last year I went to it, and it was 15 kids who were young adults who were presenting, and 3 of them I really liked their work. So I just gave them my card and said, at some point soon, we're probably going to hire someone, and you might fit the bill. I'm not sure what that looks like, but I'm just going to give you my card, and let's just see where it goes. Because I just wanted to see who had the gumption.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy added me on LinkedIn. Never heard from him again. Okay, fair enough. One of the girls I never heard from at all. But Paige, 2 days later, I had a full custom PDF of why she wanted to work for my company, the research, she said the culture of your company, the number of reviews that you had, the way you look after your clients. That would be my dream job. And this was like in a custom document.
Yeah.
And then she'd made a caricature of me, which I just thought was really cool. This is the kind of stuff I like to do in my spare time. And Debbie and I talked about it, and we hadn't really thought about hiring. It came within like 2 days.
Yeah.
But you know what? If I don't grab it, somebody else is. So we just bit the bullet and hired our first employee. And the other day, she actually said to me, we were doing a video together, and she said, he's like my second dad. So,
that's great. That's great.
So she comes to our house. She lives in the same city. She comes here every day, and we work together I'm not always here, but if I'm not in my office, she sits here. Mm-hmm. So there's always somebody at this place to reply and answer and access to everything. So.
Well, I apologize again for me, and I look forward to working with you.
We were just trying to get ahead of the game while you were in Mexico anyway. So.
You know what? I do have a Twitter account, but I'm just looking at my passwords and everything.
Okay. Well, let's just get it, and we'll tie everything up. And even if we don't tweet, we can just put a message on it saying, yep, this is Dirk. I don't tweet, but I am on Instagram.
But go here.
Put a link.
That's great. Okay. I'll look. I know I have these. I have 3 of the 4 right now. Facebook. Yeah, I got it.
And so we only need onto your personal page just to tie it all up and fix it, and then we're out of that. And then we just go onto your business page.
Okay.
LinkedIn and Google Plus we do via a program called Hootsuite.
Yeah.
So we're able to schedule your posts, a week or so in advance on LinkedIn and Google Plus, and then Instagram and Facebook we do live.
Okay.
We do a little bit of scheduling. I mean, Instagram we can't do anything but live because there's no way of scheduling, and that's what we're going to work with you and try and get more pictures during the days when you're training, and we'll start talking about what would make good posts.
Good.
And just sort of work that through with you. So that's what we've got there. the lady who built your site did an awesome job, by the way.
Did she? Good.
It's very robust. She didn't cut any corners. It's a very well-made site. So
that's good to hear.
Yeah. Now she hosts it right now and keeps it up to date.
No, who hosts it for me? DreamHost.
Okay.
I think that's where we went with DreamHost because since my business partner left, it's gone through a couple of different. I'm just trying to re-navigate this. So I think we went with DreamHost.
Okay. And does she update it every time there's a security update or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think the way we left it was even to get, if I need something done, then I'll hire her for the hour.
Yeah.
And she'll do it. But again, Jonathan, it's like I'm not sure what to even look for or what.
No, well, as I say, it's very well built.
Yeah.
For the next 2 months, we'll be doing all of that anyway.
Okay.
We may need access to your DreamHost account. So sometimes we need what's called FTP access, which we get via the hosting company. I'm not sure if we'll need that, but we'll certainly because we want to get the site working for Google as much as we do for people. So we want to get that SEO component right on the back end of the site. But we'll see how we get on. But there's a possibility we might need that.
Yeah.
The only thing DreamHost is awesome, fast, secure. The only thing that, do you know if you have an automatic backup set up?
I don't.
Okay. Because quite often if a site gets hacked, the easiest thing to do is to go back to the previous version, restore it, put the new site in quarantine, fix it, and then bring it back live again.
Got it.
And there's a program that actually does that automatically. It's called Securi, and you don't even know what happens. And it's not a lot of money. It's like $7 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know if you have that kind of service?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. I will find out because the last thing I want us to do is put all this effort in because once you get on the grid, you're going to get noticed. And there's just these vindictive kids in Russia, China, India that just love to just wreak havoc.
Right.
Nothing you can do about it. So, but there is a couple of security systems that we can put in, so no matter what they throw at us, we got your back, sort of thing. So I just want to make sure that we've got all that covered. So we'll find out.
That's peace of mind for me, for sure.
Yeah, and we've even started using a premium service now. It's called WP Engine, which is WordPress Engine. So they automatically host it super fast, totally screen out 98% of the crap that goes to your email because it's all spam. They do this security quarantine thing, and also they advise us of any issues, but they fix it. So quite often they might say that there's a warning, someone's trying to hack your firewall from Russia. We got it covered. We just went back to yesterday's copy. We just changed this protocol, and this is all done by computer. I mean, it's not even people. And before you get the first email, you get the second email an hour later, and you're good. It's done. So
that's what I need.
I
need peace of mind for sure.
Because I'd say when a site's not well used, it tends not to hit the radar. But as soon as we start writing blogs and getting it out there, someone's going to try and be malicious. And
exactly,
there's no reason for it. They just do it. So
there's a board.
The domain itself, you've got that with GoDaddy or something like that.
Say that again. Ask me
so
again.
The actual DirkSchultz.com, the actual names.
Right, was through GoDaddy.
Yeah, and you've got a credit card, so that automatically renews. And
yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Now with GoDaddy, you can get email rather than Gmail.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you probably don't need it, but we could set up a proper account, which would be info at or train at dirkschultz.com as well.
Right. I've never thought about that. I kind of steered clear.
It's a bit corporate, and I don't know if you need to be that corporate.
Okay.
Because your Gmail works fine, I mean.
Yes. Yeah. It's been working great. And I've steered clear of GoDaddy only because I've heard some negative stuff.
Yeah. No, I don't like it at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I normally I normally use Gmail as
Yeah.
the server, but you just use GoDaddy to set up the email accounts, but I don't use GoDaddy Webmail.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's
Okay.
not pretty. I mean, it works, but it's not pretty. And you just can't get it on your desktop. You have to then go to GoDaddy Webmail to look at your email. So I have it all forwarded through Gmail anyway. So quite often my email is jonathan@wemakestuffhappen.com, but you might often see my emails, which is just wemakestuffhappen at Gmail. It's the same account effectively, depending on how it gets sent. Okay, so we've got that. And then I forgot that. Got that. Read a couple of questions about loved your program, man. Just totally understood it. You said something about Joel Reedon's shadow story.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's taking the stories that are holding you back and reinterpreting them. So using like events that happen in our lives and the stories that we attach to them, taking that story that's standing in your way from really helping you move forward, and unraveling it.
Yeah.
And then recreating the story that you do want to live from. Does that make sense? So it's empowering to people, Jonathan, when they can realize that events, not discounting them, but stories that we create from them are two separate things.
Mm-hmm.
And how like those shadow stories are more obstacles. So how do we break through those obstacles to make your life more opportunity? Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's you, the individual, empowering themselves to reinterpret that story and recreating a story that's going to serve you and empower you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
that's way beyond just personal fitness levels. Then.
Well, here, let me get some more background. One of the things the reason I do wellness coaching and life coaching is because I wanted to have more meat behind what I do.
Yes.
So people come into me, and I enjoy putting together a fitness program for people, but I found that a lot of people were getting in their own way. Like especially in Aspen, people create a lifestyle that they try to outrun themselves, or they keep themselves so distracted that they don't deal with their own shit.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. So doing wellness coaching or life coaching, when you come in and work with me, if something's going on, I'm going to ask you some powerful questions, and let's work, not just work out, but work within. Right. And so my goal is to do more of that intensity with intention, let's break through some of the barriers that are standing in your way. So that's the emphasis behind the program is, what do you want? What do you want your life to look like? You know, we can get your body fit, but let's get the whole mind-body connection. Am I sounding too woo-woo for?
No, not gosh, no, no.
It's, so, and I really believe, again, you get so my class last year was intensity with intention. Every time you came into my class, you had to write down on a piece of paper, what's your intention? What do you want to work on today? What do you want to focus on today? What do you want to work towards? What do you want to work through? And it was on magic paper. So I had them light it and let it go. And it's about, my idea is helping people to learn how to let shit go that get in their way and help them give them tools to move forward. Because I had to do that in my own life. So,
yeah.
But so the shadow stories are stories that hold us back, and how do we reinterpret those events, those stories that are more empowering? Because I think we think that we become victims, or that defines us, or that those stories that are holding us back or getting in our way or derailing us. But it's realizing that we can rewrite it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
how often do you tell your own personal story of where you got to and how you got to where you got to?
That's funny. Once in a while, once in a while. I haven't really, with a lot of the programs that I've been doing and coaching certs I've been doing, they've been saying, you need to put more of your story into this. You need to put more of your story into this. And I honestly now, and this is something I'm looking at, is writing that out. What does that look like for myself? You know, why is fitness such a big part of my life? You know, more for the mental than the physical as well. And what made me create this program that you're looking at? You know?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's a defining moment as to why, what makes you different, right?
Yeah.
So have you ever recorded that?
Nope. Brilliant.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Even if it's not for public use, even if it's just something that you spoke into your phone and then we transcribed it.
Yeah.
And then we started to make that, you know, a core story as a, you know, maybe a series of blogs or certainly one big blog.
Well, let me throw this back at you. Is it possible with you or someone to almost interview me?
Absolutely, we could do that. Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because to me, that would prompt me to answer, to tell the story.
Yeah. So we could do it exactly like this in Zoom. So we've got the split screen.
Yeah.
And then that could, I've done that many times.
Okay.
Very happy to do that. Yeah.
Okay,
I did it recently with Dr. Sarah Reifhecke. She's in the Sassy Math. She's just retired out. She did 4 years. She's a psychologist in Boston.
Yeah.
But she specifically works with entrepreneurs who suffer from self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Clinical psychologist, doctorate, and all of that. But she really is very good at getting into the minds of very smart people who know exactly what they should do and then don't.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
And her and I in fact, we ended up doing it at Lisa's retreat, and we just did it on my laptop, so there wasn't a split screen. We just sat next to each other, but normally I do it remote, and we do it exactly like this.
Okay.
Well, maybe we'll do that next call.
Yeah, I think that will give you some more insight and more background.
It would be great
about what sets, because it's not just about the physical, and I honestly want to help people more. My goal is, I love training, and I will do this training for the rest of my life to some capacity.
Yeah.
I want to help groups, and I want to help individuals, you know, like many of us, live a more fulfilling life.
Yeah.
You know, and not just come into me, into my workouts, into my classes to escape, but, you know, to broaden, to break through.
Yeah.
And so that's where, I mean, and it's been 8-10 years of certifications and programs, and along with my personal training. And I think that's what sets my personal training apart, is the fact that I'm not afraid to, if you show up and you're having a shitty day, I'm not afraid to go there with you. And some of my sessions, Jonathan, we're standing in the middle of the fitness floor and we're just talking.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm like, let's go there, and let me hold the space for you to explore different opportunities or different options, different perspectives for your life and for yourself.
I would love a photograph of exactly that moment, even if it's got the back of the person.
Yeah. Just
you looking at them in that context.
Yeah.
That would be such a powerful picture.
Yeah. And I wonder if I have one. I love it. I love doing sessions like with my clients on Skype like this. Like I did some when I was in Palm Springs. And then when I get with them in a group session and an individual session, and you can give them a little bit of something that's a ripple effect into their life.
Yeah.
That fires me up.
Yeah.
You know, that fires me up. And I was going to say, counting reps is good, but my clients will tell you that I can't even count reps properly. But it goes back to, there's that book, maybe I shared with you. It's called Working Out, Working Within. and I have never read it, Jonathan. I have never read it, but the title to me says it all.
Okay.
How do we help others work out, but not just work out, but work within? And when you're in your workouts, if you set your intention, all of a sudden you get some insights, right?
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be yoga. It doesn't have to be sitting in the woods naked for a week, repeating Om over and over again. It can be an active meditation. So anyway, I'm going off.
No, that's great, man. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah.
So
no,
and that's why I shared that program with you, because I've been working with Winnie Curley. She's a master coach for Lisa. And I had ideas that Lisa, my business partner, and I put together, but going through the mastermind program has helped me flush it out a little bit more. And then working with 4 sessions with Lisa or with Winnie, we really got into it a little bit more. And that's what I had sent you, the current.
So she's part of Lisa's team, because I don't know her name at all.
Yeah, she's in the background. She's one of the master coaches. I think she has her own coaching practice, and she does some coaching.
Yeah.
For Lisa, and she was great.
So how did you come by it?
I signed up during the Profit Secrets program.
Yeah.
I pressed 5 for additional coaching. I wanted an individual, one-on-one coaching.
This lady?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, she was. She's been great, and
okay.
Yeah, I had my thing there too, but
interesting.
So the training is one component, Jonathan.
Yeah.
But the coaching, because my vision is to be able to work from wherever, do retreats, travel and speak. And maybe it's Colorado and Palm Springs, and then having some personal training clients as well.
Yeah.
But more bringing the fitness and the mind body together.
Yes.
And do the coaching.
Gotcha. Wow, I love that. Okay, no, I do not know her at all. Giftsfromwinnie.com. Okay. She
was really. I'm looking at give you some more insight on that. There she is. She was. Oh, look at that! Look at this one.
Hey.
Kelly Stapleton told me about it before you and I connected, and I had to tag your.
Oh, so
to connect.
Look at this.
That's awesome. It's
exactly what I do each retreat. I tag the people that I feel a connection to.
Yeah. What's funny is I sent my information in late, but I'll be honest with you, I think I did that on purpose.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of like, which this is a big step for me.
Yeah.
Doing this with you to get.
We got to get everything in by June 20th, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we can do that.
And this is with you, meaning it's kind of easy to be successful in the community and have your program, right? You're working on your program and kind of hide out a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then when you to step out and be seen, like with what we're doing, is honestly a little nerve-wracking for me. So
when I first got to Sassy Mastermind, I was shit scared.
Yeah.
It was just so not me.
Yeah.
But somehow I just learned to embrace it quite quickly.
Yeah.
Because when I went to that first retreat, because I'm halfway through my second year right now. So I joined in Tampa at Speak to Sell, and I pretty much absorbed everything that I learned. And in January, that was October, I did my first webinar, which I'd never done before. I created a group program that I'd never done before. I sold it incredibly successfully, which, I sold one-on-one, but I'd never sold group. And then when they said for the first retreat, fill in all your milestones, and I kind of did, but it didn't really register to me why I was doing that. And then when I got to the retreat, and like every other table is like, I'm up on the stage and I'm getting pin after pin after pin. I was like, I don't do pins, I don't like being on stage. I feel like somebody from Disney. But what was so interesting was as soon as that happened, people kept coming up to me saying, could we chat? I'm interested in what you do. And unbeknownst to me, and I did not join Sassy to do this one bit, was that it's become my biggest source of new business.
That's awesome.
People have started to get to know who I am. And obviously a year and a half down the road, they know Debbie and they know our kids, and they just know who I am as a person rather than a pin-bearing person on the stage. And they seek me out, which has been fantastic.
That's awesome.
This time around, I don't know if you've been watching, but there seems to be maybe I just noticed it, but there seems to be a lot of Sassy's not renewing this time.
I did.
And to me, I was getting quite sad because I know these people. But at the same time, in San Diego at Speak to Sell, I think 47 or 49 people signed up new. So I think, well, maybe 12 are leaving, but there's like nearly 50 coming in.
That's a good point.
And there's like 18 guys.
That's great.
Normally it's like all women and a couple of guys. No. There is like 18. And one guy's, he's a pilot. Several doctors and physiotherapists have joined.
Wow.
So not just the woo-woo healing guys.
Yeah.
No, real career guys, which I'm very impressed by. And I don't know any of them yet, but we'll get to meet them all at the first retreat.
That's awesome. And I'm glad to hear you say that because, well, I think I shared with you during the Speak to Sell in Vegas.
Yeah.
I was sitting there with my business partner, and she was kind of not in receiving what was being said. And then the second day, I was like, okay, I'm getting more excited. And so when they offered the Profit Event Secrets, I was like, that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. And she kind of sparked up a little bit, but what was was holding me back was being called a sassy. That was my own thing. And then as the weekend progressed, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to become a sassy, because my business partner saw me run back and sign up for the event Profit Secrets. And then when the mastermind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stretch. Let's go. I'll sign up for this and we can both benefit. And I'm so glad it did, because then shortly thereafter, she decided to shift gears and move in a different direction. But it's been amazing. 6 months into it, it's been amazing.
Yes.
What I've been learning and pushing myself. So that's where.
So you would have seen me speak on stage then when I gave Lisa that rose.
Yeah.
That's kind of, that was, I didn't even tell my wife I was doing that. It was just, I just had this idea and I just went, because there's a lot of people in that room, and me being the internal marketer is like, what can I do to make, because I'm not spending 20 grand to do what the other lady did to get 15 minutes. I don't think it's worth it personally. So how can I make an impression that everybody's going to remember me? And obviously my story's very genuine, and taking Debbie's mom and dad on that cruise was huge for us.
That's awesome.
And it was the right thing to do. But to give Lisa that rose, everybody remembers it. And
so wait a minute. Did you have the rose in your hand? Because you were sitting next to Debbie, right?
I was. So
was like, isn't that rose for me?
No, that's the thing. I ran it by Andrea J. Lee.
Yeah.
Because if you renewed early, you got a 1-hour coaching call with her.
Yeah.
Right at the end, I said, because I knew I was going to be on the success panel, I said, tell me if I'm out of touch here, but this is what I had this idea of, because it's Vegas, The Bachelor and Bachelorette and everything. What do you think if at the end of my Speak to Sell thing, I gave Lisa a rose? And she went, I think that would be brilliant. Do it. I went, okay. And then me being me, I didn't think about it again until I got to Vegas. And then I went to the concierge at the front desk and said, so where would I buy a rose? And he went, oh, we can have one delivered for you. I said, okay, great. How much would that be? He said, $50.
50?
said, yeah. I said,
Oh, yeah.
oh, one rose? He went, yeah. I said, no. I said, where's the nearest flower store? And he went, there's actually one by the Whole Foods. It's maybe 3 blocks away. I went, okay. So I just literally turned tail, went back to the event at the coffee break. I said, Debbie, I just got to go do something. And I bought brand new shoes and I blistered both heels.
Oh my God.
Because I bought the shoes to be on stage, right?
That's hilarious.
In Vegas temperatures, walked to this Whole Foods, bought a beautiful rose for $5,
yeah,
and came back. And then they have it so that you have a private lunch with Lisa prior to the talk, so that you know exactly what she's going to say. And so, although it looks quite natural, it's very staged.
Got it.
And I said to one of the girls at the event management, I said, "Oh, I have this rose. Can you just give it to me just before I, stand up? And I want to just give it to Lisa." And she said, "Does Lisa know?" I went, "No." It's like a spontaneous. "Oh, she won't like that." "Are you kidding me?" She hates surprises. I said, "This is a good surprise. This is me." She said, "No, she won't like that. You have to go and speak to such and such." So I had to go and speak to this girl, Erin, who's the head of stage. And I said, "I spoke to Andrea. This is what we're going to do. Is that okay?" She said, "Oh, I don't think so."
Seriously?
I said, "Lisa hates surprises." And I said, "Okay, fine. I'll just chuck the rose away." She said, No. I'm not saying you can't do it. You just can't do it without Lisa knowing." And so I kind of
took it out of it. Yeah.
And they said, "No, you have to ask her." So at lunch, I did because you have to do your talk in front of everybody so she knows what you're going to say. And I said, "So I have a way of ending this, which is going to be quite different. And I need your permission to do this. And if you say no, that's fine." So I told her what I was going to do. And she teared up. And she said, "I'd love for you to do that." I'm like, "Of course you would." It's like, but anyway. So then, because she approved it, the girl was in the stage right behind the black curtain holding it ready for me. So it was just a seamless passing of the rose.
That's awesome.
And then in all of this, I totally forgot to tell Debbie I was doing it.
So what did she say when?
Well, she's sitting there with a couple of other people. And they're saying "What's he doing?" She went, "I have no idea."
Just being Jonathan.
So yeah. So when I came off stage, she went, "Well, that was nice. Where's mine?" And I went, "Oh shit. Yeah, I should have bought 2. I said, "You know what, honey? I'm sorry. I was just so in my zone." She said, "No, it's okay, but I would have liked one too." And then we're going across the swimming pool back to our room. There'd been a wedding. And at the side of the swimming pool was this long box. And right in the box was one white, beautiful rose. And Debbie doesn't like red roses anyway. She likes white cream roses. But there you go. The universe just sourced your rose. She went, "You cheat git." Oh, my goodness. So the next event, I did give her one, but that's what we did. And those defining moments just elevate you beyond the crowd. And as I say, most of the people that I'm working with on Sassy now tell me that story.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to do. We just got to find individual things that people just remember you. Mm-hmm. You probably never seen this. I'll just load a PowerPoint and I'll just tell you a quick story because
yeah, please do.
It'll make sense when I do that. So yeah, so let's do the next. If you're okay, we'll just. Do you need me to prepare some questions for an interview, or do you just want
to? Let's just go. Just wing it. Don't you think? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and we can just dissect what works for us out of that.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. I'm just waiting for PowerPoint to open. I'll show you mine.
I appreciate you looking at that the program, because that's what I want to do. Is I want to do like a 5-week program.
Yeah.
And then create ongoing coaching.
Yeah.
Programming around that.
Do you have any graphics to go with this yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet. What I'm doing is compiling like everything, and it's funny that you said that, because part of my goal this week is to put everything into a binder and put everything together. And here's a question for you. I don't even know where to source out how to here's my information. Let's put some graphics with it.
Yeah. Well, what I can do is Paige is super gifted at creating PDFs.
Okay.
So you've given me the Word document. So I'll get her to format it, very prettily. And then once we know the kind of images that we want, we'll be using those images for your social media anyway.
Yeah.
And we can totally do that. we may have to buy some stock images or not. I don't know, but
Okay.
Um,
Well, as you know, I'm investing in this to
absolutely
do the stretch. You know,
yeah. No, I'm with you. No, we can definitely help you because that really should be part of the website and as its own section.
So here's a question I have for you too, Jonathan. I was thinking about I wrote down some things. I'm going to throw some things out at you. If you Google "hit for hunger," and hit is spelled HI, number 2, then T for hunger. That'll give you some background on one of the causes that I like to support.
Okay.
And one of the programs that I put together to raise money for the food bank of the Rockies.
Okay.
And when you guys are going through the website, it looks good, but does it?
Yeah. It will.
It will.
I mean, as you said to me, it wasn't really your website. It was one that you had as a partner, right? And
yes.
Yeah.
So can I give you one of my coworker, my mentor for fitness, Dawn Shepard is her name. I like her website just for reference.
Okay.
DawnShepard.com.
Yeah. Okay, I'll look that up. And we obviously haven't budgeted to build you a brand new one. What I just want to do is,
absolutely
accents and just give it what we can do with what we've got, because it's a good theme and it's solid. So
good.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just show you this. I'll just share this screen. I'll quickly show you what I mean. This is how I tell my story. So. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think this machine's only 3 years old, and it's definitely getting to the point. It's like I need to go on. But I talk about bedroom, and this is my mom.
Yeah.
And I worked for a family business, and she was pretty much the alpha dominant in our family. So that's pretty much what my my childhood looked like, was me and mom.
Yeah.
And this is my little costume from a British superhero type thing at the time, but it was kind of that message that she gave to me, like, you can do anything you want to be,
Wow.
And then right up to just before my mom died of cancer, I was still getting that message, and I still get that message in my head today. She used to call me her man and a half. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of the backstory when I tell my story, and I give her some examples, but then I say, so, what's in a name? And I said, many of you know, I'm married to Debbie, and this was a house that we bought just over a year ago because our business has grown, and we were able, because when you're self-employed, you don't make a lot of money on paper, and it's hard to get a mortgage.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what we were able to do. So we didn't, this was pre-built, but we bought this dream house last year. And then we have 3 children. So, our eldest daughter, her name is Gemma with a G. She works as a chief stewardess on a private super yacht for an American multimillionaire in his 80s.
Wow.
And this is her in Old Town Monaco, actually. And then this is our middle kitty. The thing just froze on me. Oh, what? Can you hear me?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, the whole screen's just frozen now. Come. Oh, there we go. Let's go back. Oh, it's kind of spoiled it. Anyway, 1 second. Let me just go back again. Kind of spoils the effect. So that's Debbie and I, and then Gemma. So she's traveled the world for 5 years now, living on the super yacht. This is our middle daughter, Ellen, who's traveled the world for the last 3.5 years, but as a full-time missionary. And she doesn't make any money. She lives on support. So she uses social media and an email newsletter. And people just support. And she's worked in Syrian refugee camps and Turkey. She's worked in downtown Detroit in single-parent homes. She's worked in Phoenix with human trafficking, gang, people are just dumped on the street. I mean, that's her passion. So she loves to travel, but she's got a real heart for the lost. This is our youngest daughter, Maddie, Maddie actually runs reception for a big wellness center here in town.
Nice.
So that's my family, right? But my Twitter name is at JDGem, which is Jonathan, Debbie, Gemma, Ellen, and Maddie.
Oh, nice.
So, and that was my email from back in the 2000, Hotmail days. So I always tell my story, and this is it. And then people go like, they get that I'm married for 30 years this year. They get that we have 3 grown kids. They get this backstory behind my kids, and then they get my social media. And I've done this story 500 times, I suppose. But whenever I do it, everybody remembers who I am. And what we've got to do with your story is tell it in such a way. It's like, oh my gosh, the intensity guy. Dirk, yes, remember now, and then they remember the story that goes with it.
Right.
So that's what we want to do, is help you put together that story on the website, which could well turn into like a PowerPoint and stuff as well to turn that into that. So yeah, that's what we can do. Okay.
Awesome.
I have to jump on another call at 10, but if you could send me those passwords, I've got Petra and Paige literally sitting next door.
Okay.
And as soon as I've done the next call, the 3 of us are sitting and putting all this together, and then we're jumping deep into your stuff.
So real quick, Jonathan,
yeah.
Logins for Instagram, Facebook personal.
Yeah.
And what was it? LinkedIn, right?
Yeah. And if you've got Twitter, that as well. Yeah.
And Twitter. And DreamHost, right?
Ideally, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will send those right out.
Fantastic.
Thanks, my friend.
What I'm going to do, I'll send you a recording. I'm also going to have this call transcribed.
Okay.
What you said is great content. So we'll actually get that in a Word document and start using that.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, be well.
Welcome back to Aspen.
Thank you very much.
Exciting. Okay. See you soon.
Bye-bye.